Nobody can stop me, nobody can hold me, nobody control me.
Welcome back to the MVP's Lounge. I'm your host, The King, and today we'll be talking about 5 changes that Triple H needs to make to boost WWE. Let's start with number 5, balancing the rosters. Currently right now, Raw is way overpowered with a bunch of wrestlers on it that should honestly be over on SmackDown. As much as I hate Cody Rhodes, he currently has nobody else to face besides AJ and Randy Orton. And then I guess if you want to add Solo in there, but that's going to bring it right back to the Bloodline storyline that he just left out of. So we're really about to recycle people and continuously use them. Like, he really needs to balance these rosters out. I don't know if he has to do like a whole trading system or whatever, but trade them over, send some people over, or assign more people to at least go on SmackDown, because it is right now imbalanced. Number 4, cut Raw to 2 hours. Monday Night Raw, as much as more story has been built over here, 3 hours is still way too much. Like, cut it down to 2 hours for every wrestling show. Honestly, every wrestling show around the world should literally be 2 hours or less, nothing more. If you can do that, Raw will be way better booked and not as dragged out as it usually is, and tiring to like watch all the way till night. Number 3, up the ante on the violence. Everybody knows right now AEW is probably the peak when it comes to doing violence in wrestling right now. Like, they're doing every out-of-pocket thing imaginable. WWE, on the other hand, when it comes to violence, very lackluster, very cheap looking, and too safe looking. There are many ways and many things you can do to at least up the ante. Get as violent as possible as you want. I think even Undertaker pointed out in one of his podcasts recently that like there was a chair spot where they used to put the chair under the throat and do that. Like, there's some stuff they don't even do anymore. It's like, up the ante on the violence, people. Show that you can also be violent in your matches. Trust me, it'll add a whole depth to matches and everything else when it turns out to be a blood feud or anything else like that. Like, do that. Number 2, fire Def Rebel. I don't care what it takes. Fire these people. Every time a wrestler comes out and their music hits, you either A, have no clue who the hell it is, B, the song sucks, or C, all of the above. Like, it's terrible. It is like your theme music is part of your character, and when you come out, the first thing the people hear is your music. That's the first thing they hear. Jim Johnston used to make everyone's theme song. Even if you were a jobber, you could have been a local talent dude that shows up every week and gets killed. Your theme song was memorable. Really memorable. Even the CFOs, even their music from, like, they had like some misses, but like even some of the misses were way better than what people have right now. Like, it's the theme music has to change. Even if you can't get Jim Johnston and the CFOs back, bring somebody else in to do the music for you, because like this right here is not cutting it at all. Number 1, build OG clean heat and feuds. For some reason, even with Triple H back, they still don't seem to want to like get that good clean heat. Let me give you some examples. This past Saturday, Cody Rhodes had his mom out there in the crowd. Now, not only was the booking decision to have AJ lose this match the way he did was very poor, but on top of that, AJ should have won this match in 2 different ways. One way being Gallows and Anderson showing up, holding Cody's mom hostage, and forcing him to say I quit. The second option was AJ taking his mom, handcuffing Cody, and threatening him to quit, with the possibility of him using the concerto on his mom. Because the heat from that would have made Cody look like an even more sympathetic babyface. It's something that the people would rather see than to have him get this this extra forced action that Cody has is going on, with him lifting up the steps, throwing it in a ring, and holding it up like he's like he's Cena, so to speak. Like, it's not, no. Like, you can, using the women as a guide to get heat is like OG trend number one. Whether it be hitting Lita upside the head with the chair, or beating her up, or whether it be any of the women back then. So even when Maria had to face Umaga that one time. Another example, Chad Gable and Maxine. Like, the punishments that he could have done with her, that would have also gotten him heat. Like, again, would skyrocket through the ceiling. Like, let these people, like Triple H, you're running. He's been through this for years now. Like, let these people get like nuclear heat on themselves. You know the way to do it. You've done it before, so follow through with it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Like, it wasn't broken back then. You ain't gotta fix it now. I get it. Vince was doing it the way he was doing it, but this right here could literally take your heels to a different level. Look at what Baron Corbin did to Becky Lynch in the match against Seth. Like, again, these are things that will take depth and add it to your match and add it to your feuds. If you agree with me, say it in the comments. If you have different ideas, let me know what he should probably change or what he shouldn't change. Maybe everything's fine the way it is. This is just how I feel about it. This is just my 2 cents. But let me know down in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe. And we'll see you next time in the MVP's Lounge. Peace.
You must be sleeping under a rock or something.